Hey, I'm Spencer.
And I'm Britton.
Since 2011, Buckethead has released 316 albums in his Pike series, and we're going to listen to them.
3 at a time.
This is Getting Head.
Welcome, jokers, smokers, midnight tokers, lovers, sinners, pickers, and grinners, thrillers, killers, and of course, Steve fucking Miller, Dennis Miller, medical billers, Michael Pillars, and Hillary Shillers, drink spillers, slot fillers, Phyllis Diller, and Benjamin Stiller, fish gillers, burger grillers, oat millers, and window sillers, pickle dillers, capital hillers, and urine willers. Drink some pee and pray for me. Watch TV, eat some ass. It's episode 93 of Gettin' Head. A Bucketcast.
Oh my God. Wow, 93. We're really here. We're really doing it. We're almost to 100. I feel like that's an accomplishment.
There's seven more. That's like almost 2 more months. Till we get there.
I guess that's true. I mean, it's weird because, like, I guess technically, not technically, we do an episode every week. Mm-hmm. And it feels like we do a lot of these, and that's true, but I guess it feels like we're doing more than we're actually doing. I don't know.
Okay. We do 2 podcasts. Maybe we should talk about that. Maybe we should give a Patreon update. That's my.
I thought you were going to break into your Geppetto song from earlier.
No, that's Patreon only. Which I'll record that. I still also got to record. I actually do have a pretty bad scratch recording of Jesus Got the Biggest Dick.
Jesus got the biggest dick. Jesus got the biggest dick.
Jesus got the biggest dick. Jesus got the biggest dick.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
I want to sing on that song. You gotta send it to me. We gotta do a chorus of Jesus got the biggest dick.
Yeah. There is that part. Yeah. But anyway, Patreon update. Stuff's going regular. We're just recording the 2 podcasts now. Hopefully we'll get back to doing some bonus episodes very soon here. Maybe we should try to do next week. You want to maybe do a July music cast?
Yeah, that could be fun. Let's do that. Yeah, we skipped last month.
Yeah. I'll send you a list today. I was all
busy moving and stuff.
Yeah.
If
you can do that.
Let's do that.
Cool. All right. So we'll do that. Throw that up on the Patreon there. Big shout out to people. We changed the tiers. It used to be the Secret Coupe, and the Secret Coupe Black was the higher tier, the $5 tier, where we mention you and thank you personally. But now we because we reformed the Patreon to dumb idiot bullshit, which
because that's what we make, right?
Yeah, and
that's what we do.
Yeah, and that's we've talked about it for a while. That's kind of the banner we're putting all of our stuff under, because we don't want to make a bunch of content and have different people have to pay different amounts for it and whatever, like to centralize it, and so people can just pay us as artists and not a specific project we're doing.
Yeah,
because we're more than that. But yeah, big shout out to, of course, as always, Dan Morrison, Dylan Lance, Ian Killia, and Devin Saturnus.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Big shout out.
Appreciate yous. Yeah. Oh yeah. And our tiers are now dumb idiot. And now for $5, you're a big dumb idiot. So the 4 aforementioned people are big dumb idiots. We appreciate you, big dumb idiots.
That's great. That's nice. That's
If you would like to be a big dumb idiot, go to patreon.com/dumb idiot BS.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Do it.
Dumb idiot
before
BS.
you regret it. You'll regret it if you don't. Probably.
Yeah, really,
So,
really. Especially when we start doing. Well, we got a ton of bonus content up there. We spend 5 hours talking with a doctor about Heathcliff comics.
That's true. Like an actual professor, doctor,
professor,
fancy man.
Yeah,
5 hours.
5
talking about Heathcliff.
Hours talking about Heathcliff. You don't want to miss that kind of content.
You really don't. It's classic. It's iconic. It's time. You know, I actually had a great idea for a bonus episode the other day.
What's that?
And I forgot to talk to you about it. I'll talk to you about it later. It'll be a surprise.
Okay.
But I have an idea. We're gonna do it. Make it happen.
I still have like hours and hours worth of notes about and we promised the audience Ghost of Mars. We still haven't done Ghost of Mars.
Let's do Ghost of Mars. Let's get some friends on here and we'll just talk about it.
Yeah,
it'll be good. Let's do it.
Anyway,
anywho, Britt, what's up with you? What are you doing?
I don't know. Working, jerking, twerking,
midnight twerking,
smirking. Yeah, definitely smirking.
okay. You know what a merkin is, right?
It sounds really familiar. I've learned this before. It's
okay. I'm going to tell you a story then. Okay, so when I was working at a cafe, it was like a tea and coffee sort of place, right? Yep. We'd have people hanging out in there and like working and shit like that. So we had like using the Wi-Fi, and we had these people come through being like, "Hey, you should use our business. Like, we want to pitch this to you." And I was like, "Okay, what's your business?" And they're like, "We put a front end in front of your router, so when people connect to your free Wi-Fi, they have to enter an email address in order to get in. The email address is shared with us and you." And I was like, "That seems terrible for everyone. Like, why would we do that?" And then like, but it's chill. It's only like a couple $100 a month or something. And I was like, this is the worst pitch I've ever heard. And then they're like, "Oh yeah, the name of our company is Merkin." And I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" A merkin is a pubic hair wig.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's cool.
And I was like, "Do you know what a merkin is?" And they're like, "What?" And it's like, "This is our name of our company." And I was like, "Well, okay, thanks, bye."
That's pretty
but
cool.
I love that the company with the name of a pubic hair wig wanted to collect all of our customers' email addresses.
I love that they have pubic hair wigs. That's so weird, right?
It is strange. Yeah.
Like
there's a market.
Yeah, but in what situation? I just don't get it. Like, I'm perplexed.
Hey, I think maybe that sort of thing came around in the 70s or 80s where,
Big Bush was in.
It was the style of the times.
Yeah.
And people wanted to fit in.
Yeah, Big Bush ended when Ross Perot ran for president.
Oh, yeah. That's what that's what they call him.
Yep.
Man that ended Big Bush.
Yep. Thanks, Ross Perot.
You're probably the only person thanking Ross Perot for anything in 2022.
Yeah. That's because I'm a political historian, Spencer.
Oh, nice. That's a claim.
Yeah.
Sure.
I talk about politics and the Bush years, and specifically, I'm talking about pubic hair.
Obviously,
that's the only context I really understand politics in, but I understand it very well.
That's what your solo podcast should be about. It should be about political history, but aligned with pubic hair throughout the years.
Yeah, great idea.
I think it's a great idea.
Yeah, that's a $14 idea right there.
Ooh, nice. That's not bad. You could almost buy lunch for that.
Almost. Some places you can buy lunch for that.
Not in the Bay Area. Let me tell you that.
I bet not.
Well, you know what? You got some goth news for us?
I've always got some goth news for us, dog.
Let's fucking go.
Beneath the weeping moon, it's goth news. Goth news for cool dudes.
This week in goth news. Following up on a goth story we covered last week in goth news, this week in Sorab Goth in Pakistan, Afghan immigrants looted people amidst the ongoing political and racial unrest in the region. You'll perhaps recall from last week that violence started due to ethnic tensions that arose in the wake of the killing of a boy named Bilal Kaka following a scuffle at a tea shop. 25 Afghan citizens, not from the area, were arrested in recent looting and protest roundups by the police. Still have no real clue what's going on here, but it doesn't sound very goth to me.
It doesn't sound very goth at all.
Get it together, Sorab Goth. You have something to live up to here. This week in goth obituaries, Michael Henderson, electric bass guitarist and vocalist, passed this week at his home in Atlanta, Georgia, at age 71. Henderson is best known for his work with Miles Davis, Stevie Wonder, Marvin Gaye, and Aretha Franklin, among others. Prior to working with Davis, Henderson was a touring bassist for Stevie Wonder. At a show in Copacabana in New York City in the early 70s, Miles Davis saw a young Henderson performing and told Stevie Wonder after the show, quote, "I'm taking your fucking bassist."
That's pretty fucking awesome.
That is pretty sick. Henderson would come to be known as one of the pioneers of fusion jazz, performing on foundational fusion jazz albums by Miles Davis, Jack Johnson, Live Evil, and Agharta. Henderson also enjoyed some success as a solo artist, charting high on the R&B charts with minor hits Take Me, I'm Yours and Wide Receiver in 78 and 80 respectively. So thanks for everything, Michael. Stay funky, rest easy, most importantly, brother, stay dead.
Fuck yeah.
And finally, in goth news,
what a legacy.
Yeah, right?
It's leaving behind. That's, wow.
And finally, in goth news, this week, Mashed.com published an article called "What It's Really Like to Work at Papa's John." Papa's John. No, that's
like
actually
the second person Papa John's. Papa's John.
There's John has two papas. And finally in goth news this week, a Match.com published an article called "What It's Really Like to Work at Papa John's," which I read, but contained a reference to an article I hadn't read that I'd like to share from. In 2018, Forbes published an expose on goth and pizza patriarch Papa John Schnatter soon after his resignation from his position as CEO of Papa John's. Therein, a ton of allegations were made based on the interviews of 37 current and former Papa John's employees.
Oh, no.
According to the article, female employees were mocked and asked if they were menstruating. Male executives made references to gangbangs and comments about whether women wanted to jump on the train. In 1999, a mobile phone representative named Leslie Workman filed a suit alleging that Schnatter groped her after meeting her at a party at a Louisville park, proceeded to stalk her, then asked her boss to send her to Papa John's to discuss a possible phone contract. An out-of-court settlement was reached.
Tremendous yikes.
He allegedly recruited Papa John's employees to spy on their colleagues. He read workers' emails accusing, according to two sources with knowledge of the episodes, and sometimes conducted business from burner phones, which he admitted to in court.
That rocks.
In 2009, Schnatter attended the NCAA Final Four in Detroit. During the trip, there was an incident with a 24-year-old female Papa John's marketing employee that resulted in a second confidential settlement and the employee's swift departure. Three sources tell Forbes they know of additional settlements between Schnatter and women involving inappropriate conduct, though details could not be confirmed by publication time.
Damn.
I wasn't aware of any of this, but holy fucking shit.
Yeah, holy fucking shit. This is pretty bad.
Schnatter stepped down as CEO of Papa John's in 2018 after he blamed declining sales on football players protesting the treatment of black people in America, causing their stock to fall 30%. He then used the N-word during a conference call.
Dark news from cool dudes.
Oh my God. Britt, okay, I've had a hell of a week.
Yeah.
We got to talk about my week here.
Okay.
So, did a couple of cool things. I did one cool thing. I bought a bass.
Oh,
I bought a sick new bass.
What kind of bass did you get?
I bought a Carvin bass.
Oh, cool.
Pretty heckin' fancy. Yeah, it's got, you can't see it in the video here, but it's got like a fancy like curly maple on the fingerboard. Looks very nice.
Neat.
It's got a big fat humbucker in there.
Oh, it's a Stingray style.
Yeah, it's got a jazz pickup here in the middle. You can't see it because it's dark, but it's got like a Stingray style humbucker and then a jazz neck pickup, which is nice. But it got that, which was pretty sick. Feeling pretty good about that. That was fun. I had to drive all the way to San Francisco though to pick it up, which was quite a drive. It's actually surprisingly far away.
Yeah,
but
it is. Yeah.
It was a really pretty drive though, driving along the coast. Wow, really pretty over there. Anyways, that was the cool thing I did. The other thing that I did, well, this is cool, but the act of doing it was not cool. I got my cat finally. So Mr. Kitty Man is here. My mom was kind
enough.
enough
Meow
to,
for me.
Yeah, we love a meow meow meow.
Meow,
yeah.
meow.
We my mom was kind enough to bring him down here for me. She like literally like brought him on the plane like as a carry-on, I guess.
Sick. Yeah, you can do. Can you do that? I don't know.
You apparently can do that.
Cool.
So, and apparently he was like super chill the whole time. So good job, Mr. Kitty Man. Doing very good. But picking up my mom from the San Jose airport was a nightmare.
You should have said, no way, Jose.
I tried. I was like, dude, go to any other airport. Like, not that one. Okay, let me describe something to you. So I get there right as, my mom's flight comes in at like 5:48 p.m. I get there at like 5:45. I'm like right on time. And I go and I pull up next to the like arrivals area. And I'm waiting there for like a couple minutes. And this dude comes up and like bangs on my car window like super loud, like smacks my car window and is like, "You cannot wait here. No waiting. Go to the parking lot." And just like is like screaming at me. I'm like, whoa. Okay. Chill. Whatever. I'll go to the parking lot. That's fine. Because my mom was like being slow. Like, whatever.
Yeah, you should have sucked his dick.
He probably neaded that.
If someone's ever like super like aggro, I'm like, let me just suck your dick, dog. And they're like, what? It really disarms them.
Yeah, bro, you should work at tech support. Like that would go over great.
I do work at Comcast. Very successful.
Right. Oh, right. I forgot about that. Yeah. Okay. So the guy's like, you got to go to the parking lot. I'm like, okay, fine. So I drive up, and the way this like airport is set up is very confusing. There's a big circle around the airport, right? And it's like a loop that you can do. In part of the loop, you can pull off to this like big parking garage. And I'm like, okay, well, I'll go there.
Pull off, you know what I'm saying?
Pull
one off.
Yeah. That's why I went to the parking garage, was to masturbate.
As one does.
I go to the parking garage and like I get a ticket, whatever, go into the parking garage, and it is like super full. So I'm driving around for like quite a while looking for a parking spot, whatever, find a parking spot, sit there. And I look at my phone and I realize I don't have any cell service in the parking garage. And so I'm like, well, what the fuck? I can't stay here. I gotta go because I gotta know. My mom has my cat. Like I gotta know when she's like ready for me to pick her up. So I'm like, okay, I gotta get out of the parking garage. So I go to pull out of the parking garage. I see a sign that says exit this way. So I'm like, cool, follow the sign. I end up driving around the parking garage for about 5 minutes, don't see an exit. And so I'm like, well, this is weird. All right. And so then I see a different sign, like a different looking sign that says exit, and it's pointing the opposite direction from the other sign.
Cool.
Right. I'm like, okay, this is dumb, but
exits.
Whatever. So I take this route and I start following this sign, and this sign, I shit you not, takes me to a fucking locked gate. It just takes me to a locked gate. And so I'm like,
that exit was close, Spencer.
What the fuck? The first one just took me in a loop around the parking garage. The second one takes me to a locked gate. So I turn around and then I'm like, what the fuck? And so I start driving around the parking garage again. I find a third sign, a different sign. Like a different looking sign that says exit. I follow this sign, and this sign finally leads me to the actual exit, and I had to pay them $2 to get out of the parking garage, which I was in for a grand total of maybe like 7 minutes.
Yeah.
It was a bad time.
That's a very bad time.
But anyways, I was able to get my cat after that. But just the parking garage thing was a fucking nightmare.
Mm-hmm.
It was terrible. And then I drove to 3 different stores in San Jose and Santa Clara to try to find a Catbox, and none of them had a Catbox.
Interesting.
Bad times.
I mean, you can use any box, really.
Technically speaking, yeah, you can.
Every box is a cat box if
You could even
if
just,
you
like-
trap it in there long enough.
Yes. I mean, the Catbox is really just an extension of Schrödinger's cat, if you think about it, because there aren't any turds in there until you go
open it up.
looking.
Yeah, right. That's a very good point. Yeah, like it's Schrödinger's cat box. Maybe that's the name of the episode.
All right, yeah, that sounds pretty good.
That works for me.
But then I was able to get Kitty Man here, and whatever. That was the night that we watched Grind. We watched 2003's Grind that night together.
Speaking of Schrödinger's cat box, you should explain your theory that you posed about this film.
Which one?
Schrödinger's hot action cop.
Oh, right. I forgot about that. Oh, man. I was really fucking stoned when we were watching that movie. But, okay. So we're watching 2003's Grind. And I think it was you who brought up, you're like, man, is this hot action cop? Because we were listening to the soundtrack. The soundtrack, full of bangers. It is banger after banger after banger.
Oh, yeah. It's
new metal, pop punk.
You know what it is?
It is
like the Tony Hawk Pro Skater soundtrack that never existed. That should
No,
have.
it is.
It is like,
Grind
it sounds...
2003 soundtrack is Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2.5.
Yeah, it fucking slaps. It is full of like banger B-sides from like punk and ska and other bands.
Punk, ska, skate rock.
New metal,
New metal.
sometimes. Yeah.
There's a little bit of hip hop in there too.
Yeah, there's actually a
awesome.
significant bit of hip hop in there.
It's very Tony Hawk's Pro Skater in terms of like soundtrack makeup.
Yeah.
But we were listening to it, and I think you were like, "Hey, is this hot action cop?" And I was like, "Britt, any song from 1999 to 2003 could be hot action cop. You don't know until you look it up. It is Schrödinger's cop."
Oh no, that was my line. Actually.
Oh, that was your line. Yes, absolutely. But I was like, it's like Schrödinger's cat. And then the funniest thing that happened was at the end of the movie, we were looking at the soundtrack, and there were 2 hot action cop songs.
Yeah, one that we knew because
Yeah.
like we freaked out when it actually came on, the Fever for the Flava. But like the other one was like the one in the beginning where we're like, this could be hot action cop, but it's not.
And it turned
but
out it was.
Yeah. Yeah, we
Amazing.
love Hot Action Cop. If you're listening to us, you're not. Come on our show. Spencer's tried to reach out to your Instagram multiple times.
Britt, I have messaged their Instagram so many times.
When was the last time you messaged? Message them again today.
I'm about to. I'm about to
Good.
message them from this my new page. So they've gained a lot more followers since we last looked at them. I think the last time we
we've
looked at
helped
them,
with that.
they had around 300 followers. They currently have 592.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Good for
And-
them.
Yeah, good for them.
Maybe
They
they
still
went on
play
tour.
shows every now and again.
They do. They do.
Yeah. Which, God, I'm looking at a picture from one of their live shows, and
What do I have to say
hey.
to get inside, girl?
oh yeah,
That's a line in the chorus of their one hit.
that's true. There's a part in Grind where there's like a shot of like a skateboard flying through the air, and it's set to the part in Fever for the Flava where he's like, "Little bit of boom boom, kitty kitty." Pretty good.
You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna read the lyrics to the song.
Please, yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
You want to trade off? You want to go back and forth while we do this?
Sure. All right, we're just gonna go in here and pull them up.
All right, I got them right here.
Do you think I can get some chicky?
I'll do the parentheses parts.
Okay. Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
All right, ready?
Yeah.
Do you think I can get some?
Chicky.
Maybe gets a little finger?
Sticky.
You my electrical lip balm flavor.
I gotta
do
do ya
ya.
until the next song saves ya.
And I can get a little zip,
Looky.
maybe just a little
Nookie.
Hey, what you say? It doesn't matter anyway.
You won't do another 'cause you're getting with me.
She got the power of the hoochie.
I got the fever for the flavor of the coochie.
And did I mention, hey, pay attention,
Gonna take that booty to the
nudie dimension. I got the green glow under my car.
I got the boom system you can hear real far.
Oh, hey. Oh, pretty shy. Whoa. Oh, hey. Oh, pretty fly. Whoop.
What do I have to say
To get inside, girl. All right, that's enough of that song.
It's can I get a little yum, kitty?
Oh, just a little bit something, itty bitty.
Do you want to get XXX groovy?
Give me some of that kind of movie.
And let me spin you like a record.
Wiki.
Let me get you butt naked.
Licky.
Here we go, yo. Here's the scenario.
Gonna strip you down like a car in the barrio.
I think we should, yeah.
And
Hold on. Let's just skip to the next verse because this is the chorus.
Yeah.
The next verse, though, is incredible.
Uh-huh.
Do you think that I can get some?
Chicky.
Maybe gets a little finger.
Sticky.
You want to suck it like a bong hit. Whack it.
You gotta be my first lady jacket. What does that mean? What does that mean? You gotta be my first lady jacket? Because it's like, it's capitalized. My first lady is, though it's like, he's the president of jacking it. I'm confused.
You know, if any one of the members of Hot Action Cop claimed to be the president of jacking it, I would not question them.
Yeah. If one of them was like, "Yeah, I'm the secretary treasurer of the Masturbation Society," I'd be like, "Yeah, I believe that."
Okay,
I don't know if
sounds
you're
good.
lying or not, but
Why would you lie about that? Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all the lyrics. That's just actually no, there's another one here. The other one, let's party hardy and rock and roll. We drink Bacardi and smoke a bowl is the only other.
I like the
lines.
second reference to I've got the green glow under my car. Very early 2000s.
Yeah, very. I mean, people who did that got lots of pussy and stuff.
Definitely.
Lots of pussy.
I think that's what I'm going to do. The next time I buy a car, which I don't know when that's going to be, but if I buy another car, I'm definitely going to install the like underglow lighting. I'm going to do it.
Don't.
I'm going to.
Can I get a little what?
Sticky.
Maybe get a little finger.
Licky.
Speaking of licky, you know what time it is?
It's time for Bucket Fact.
I think so.
Bucket fact, 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 bucket fact.
Hey, there we are. Today we're going to talk about a fairly obscure track written and performed by Buckethead and Bass Nectar.
Whoa, what?
Yeah, electronic producer Bass Nectar. It's called Bursting.
It's called Bursting?
It's called Bursting.
Oh, yeah, he'd be bursting.
Buckethead is assumed to have been a fan of Bass Nectar before their collaboration together, most notably playing a cover of Bass Nectar's version of Delamere, also by Scissor Kicks, one time during a 2004 show in Chicago.
I had no idea Bass Nectar was that old.
Yeah, Bass Nectar's been around for a while, actually.
Wait, didn't Bass Nectar get canceled?
Did they?
I thought I heard that. Here, you keep going. I'll look it up.
Yeah, there's no information on the internet how or why the two got in touch with one another. But we do know that the very next year in 2005, Buckethead would write a song and perform it on Bass Nectar's album Mesmerizing the Ultra from 2005, which also features vocals from the UK punk band Blitzkrieg. And the song's pretty cool. It's mostly distorted chords from Buckethead and some chugging. Nothing really lead or specifically Buckethead to be noted. Also, the song is only like 2 minutes and 13 seconds long.
Huh.
Really not entirely consequential to Buckethead's discography, but it does show a foray into some more mainstream electronic music that I, for one, think would be a very welcome addition to Buckethead's already vast palette.
All right, Britt. Okay, so Rolling Stone published an article on April 6th, 2021, titled Bass Nectar Sued for Alleged Sexual Abuse of Minors, Child Pornography, and Human Trafficking. The subheadline is two accusers say EDM star groomed them and had sexual relations with them while they were under 18 and solicited naked photographs. Hate to see it. He's a real Geppetto, if you know what I mean.
A Geppettophile.
Yeah, fuck. Yikes. I thought I had heard that.
Yeah, I'm not really connected to like much EDM anything, so I did not hear about that.
Which makes me like confused as to where the fuck I heard that. Like, I don't listen to Bass Nectar, and also I don't really pay attention to EDM stuff, so I don't know. But apparently that's a thing.
That's
maybe
wild.
Maybe it ended up on r/news.
You know what? I was going to recommend this track, but don't give money to Bass Nectar.
Nah.
It's a fine, short, non-committal song. I'd say check it out, but you know what? Fuck that. Fuck Bass Nectar. Don't do that.
Yeah, instead maybe, watch a film from the Weinstein Company or a Roman Polanski joint.
Yeah, do that.
Bucket Facts.
We
Listen
to
3 this week. Pike 277, Pike 278, Pike 279. Division is
the Devil's Playground.
Unexpected Journeys.
And Skeleton Keys.
Respectively. Let's start on Pike 277. Division is the Devil's Playground, released on February 3rd, 2020, the same day as Healing Inside, Outside, Every Side, a fantastic album we reviewed last week with Stone Abdullah. Healing Inside, Outside, Every Side? Yeah.
Right, yeah. That album is a banger. This one also is a banger.
This was definitely my album of the week. This was a bang slapper, knee crapper.
Yeah. I feel like this is one in the same
Slunk Hill. Or Roller Coaster Repair, Jeopardy Backwards, Castle on Slunk Hill.
It's a Jeopardy Backwards style Pike. It's very like we're going through, we're not repeating riffs, we're making weird sounds, we're getting funky, we're getting heavy, we're getting ambient, we're getting all over the place.
Another Pike much like this in the 200s, Attic Garden. Very, very much like this album.
Yeah.
Very frenetic. And the more he does these, the more I like them. I mean, I always liked these albums probably the most out of any of the Pikes. Super all over the place. Yeah, it fucking rocks. So this one is divided into 7 tracks named just 1 through 7 in Roman numerals, which I think is pretty cool. I like that.
Yeah, me too.
Inasmuch it is just one long continuous song that is just fucking wild.
It really is, yeah. And it is wild. And it really goes some places. Like, there's some really interesting sounds in this. Like, he does some really interesting sounds with the guitar in particular.
Yeah. I think with effects more than anything. Like, he does some crazy effects with his guitar. There's a track 5 called 5. He uses the whammy pedal to, pitch notes differently in the middle of playing them.
Right? Yeah.
And it's really fucking cool. It's a very like alien sounding thing that's like very unique, and like you don't really hear it played in any kind of music at all.
That's true. Yeah, no, it was a really interesting sound. I actually took a note about that one in particular because like he creates this like really unusual melody that sounds really odd. It sounds very Buckethead. He's like he's using the whammy pedal to like harmonize the note and then like change the pitch of it.
But he changes it to like another like cool harmonizing note.
Yeah,
which is really sick.
It sounds really cool. Like it sounds it sounds like a robot playing guitar. Which I feel like that's like his end goal is to sound like a robot playing guitar. Not all 100%. The time, but at least like when he wants to, you know?
Oh, 100%. And he does. He hits that mark probably more than any other guitarist I can think of. Like, yeah, it's pretty sick. Track 6 has a crazy solo in it. And I wrote it sounds like he's playing it with icicles.
That rocks. That is a cool way to describe that. Yeah, my note at the end of this one was just that like every single song on this album has a cool moment in it.
Oh yeah, like several cool moments.
Several cool moments. I was gonna say like at least one cool moment, and it just like it makes it have this like propulsive kind of energy because the songs are relatively diverse, they're relatively different, and it covers the gamut. I think of like most of the sounds he goes for. But in like a really good way. Like the songs, like all the albums this week, I feel like have above average drum programming, and like
his drum programming definitely like gets better, and you can hear it getting better, like kind of era to era. Like, and he took a big break in between like 2018 and now, and I'd say his production game definitely got better in that time.
Yeah. But yeah, every song has these really cool moments. Track 4 has this like really weird, like sing-songy, like weird kids music sort of vibe to it.
Okay, I could see that.
And it's like it's very interesting and it's odd, but it's like it's cool, especially in the context of this album where it's like so like almost chaotic and diverse. It's pretty rad.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
I'm feeling it.
Yeah, really cool for effects. This is definitely like a guitarist album, but also, I don't know, as far as like production and songwriting goes, it's fucking interesting if you're into this fucking wild, manic songwriting.
Oh yeah. We love manic songwriting.
We do.
Who's your favorite manic songwriter?
Probably the Bananarama, because they did Manic Monday.
Oh yeah.
What do you think is the most dangerous piece of equipment in the Devil's Playground?
Oh, well, so if it's the Devil's Playground, that means that there's going to be drugs and knives and broken bottles and just that kind of stuff, right? Like, I would say probably the most dangerous thing is not having a good time.
Really? I'd say it's probably the devil's penis.
You think it's barbed like a Klingon's dick?
Yeah, I'd say so. I'd say it's more like a big old dog stick. It's got like a knot on the end.
Yeah, it's probably shaped like his tail, right? Like a spade.
Oh no, he doesn't have a tail.
The devil?
Yeah, that's his dick.
Oh, okay, all right. We've all seen it. We know what's up. We know.
Yeah, he just hides it. He tucks it, and it's fucking still enormous. It's just like a big old piece of spaghetti back there, flopping around. He's always fucking hard as fuck, and it's got this weird curve to it, so it always looks like it's like kind of standing up, wagging around back there.
You think the devil is impotent? Do you think he can impregnate?
Yeah, he's. I don't think he can impregnate. He can come though.
What do you think his cum looks like, or smells like, more specifically?
What do you think it tastes like? I think it tastes like.
I know what it tastes like. You know what it tastes like? What? I bet it tastes like when you vomit up a bunch of hot tamales, the candy. That's probably what it tastes like.
Interesting. I was thinking more like Baja Blast.
Why? Because Taco Bell is run by a bunch of devil worshippers?
No, because his cum is a Taco Bell exclusive.
Nice.
Pike 278.
Wow. Just moving on. Okay.
Unexpected Journeys.
Uh-huh.
February 21st, 2020. 18 days after Division is the Devil's Playground.
Yeah, this one is I guess it took me on relatively expected journeys, I guess I will say. That being said, those journeys were nice.
Yeah, I mean it was a very Buckethead alt metal album.
Yeah. It's very like melodic metal.
Very much so. And there's actually a couple fan favorites on this album. Like Boo Boo Got His Blacktail. It's like a super popular song with a bunch of like covers and stuff on YouTube.
Oh, okay. All right.
People seem to like that one a lot. And it's a good song too. It's a really pretty song.
Yeah, that song is really cool. Like, there's some pretty guitar solos in this. There's some pretty like guitar melodies in this. I liked tracks 2 and 3 the most. I think the live track at the end is okay.
It's fine. It's super live though, and it's weird. This is like one of the first Buckethead live. I think this is the first live thing he's put in a Pike.
Yeah, definitely the first live thing put in a Pike.
Which is wild. Especially since he's made so many like in the studio so far. Yeah, I'd agree. I actually really liked track 4, the Caterpillar's Tail, probably the most on this album. It was a kind of an unexpected and beautiful melodic song.
It is really melodic.
It was straightforward, but it was a really catchy melody, and it was super simple, but the production was great, and I really liked it. It felt like something that came from the heart, from Buckethead, from the Bucket Heart.
Yeah,
we love the Bucket Heart. But also, like, Boo Boo Got His Black Belt is like a fan favorite for a reason. It's fucking really cool.
It is really cool, yeah.
First 2 tracks are kind of whatever to me. The first track especially, it's a fine alt metal song, but it kind of sounds almost like Steve Vai, I guess.
I could see that.
Which is cool. But, I don't love Steve Vai because his stuff is a little clinical to me.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of the time.
Yeah.
Second song is actually pretty cool. It's more like a southern rock thing, though.
In parts, yeah. But there's some like really nice melodic soloing in it as well.
There is. There's a couple like parts where he like, drops down and just does like really melodic parts. But for the most part, it's got kind of a bluesy southern rocky backbone, which is not my favorite Buckethead.
I feel that.
Yeah. Last track, GHS Live. Like, why are you putting a live track in here, dog? I don't get it.
Yeah, and that one of all live tracks, and I'm not saying it's bad, but it's also like not that remarkable either. So I'm just like, I don't know what we're doing here.
You know what is remarkable is a whiteboard.
That's true, unless you use a Sharpie.
No, you can take that off pretty easy.
Off a whiteboard, really? Sharpie? What do you use to take it off?
Dry erase marker.
Sharpie?
Yeah.
I don't know about that. Okay.
No, trust. Look up YouTube videos on it. It's amazing because it's the ink like mixes into the dry erase ink because there's a solvent within the ink, and so it mixes into there, and so you keep on drawing over it and erasing it, and eventually it almost completely erases. It's pretty nuts.
That's super interesting. I guess that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. What's the most unexpected journey you've ever taken, Spencer?
I think, honestly, it's funny that you bring this up, but I think it was the time that it was the time when you weren't in the band when we were teenagers, and you like called me and were like, "Hey, we're going to a Christian rock show in Wasilla. I'm headed to pick you up," and I was like, "All right." It was just like, you didn't give me a choice. You're just like, yeah, I'm headed to pick you up. We're going to this Christian rock show.
That sounds like something I'd do.
Yeah. And then, so you came and picked me up, and this was like, you picked me up in like South Anchorage, and then we drove to Wasilla, Alaska, and that's like an hour and a half of driving. Yeah. It's pretty far away. So we stopped at Cars on Huffman. Cars is like Safeway, if you don't know. And got some like drinks and whatever, and then we got super fucking high. Oh no, we got high before we went into Safeway because I remember being in the in the Safeway and being like, I don't know what's happening.
Yeah, we were super ripped.
And then we got more ripped. And then this is the best part. The best part is
I know.
the show was at a church, and then we went to the wrong church.
Well, so this was like pre-GPS pretty much. Like very, very early GPS. So like we had a MapQuest map or something, I think.
I think you just looked it up or something like that. I don't think that like, because we didn't have smartphones at the time.
No.
So like I think that you had just looked it up before.
Yeah.
Oh, I think that you had like called somebody and I think you had called Brian and gotten directions.
Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah.
And then we used those directions to go to the wrong church, which was like down the road from the thing.
And it was like, I don't know, it was weird. It was like a Saturday night or something, right?
Uh-huh.
And like we were stoned as fuck and like looking for the right church, and I'm like, oh, that's got to be it. It's like the only church. It's got to be the only church in the area, right?
With like people at it. There were like the parking lot was full.
The parking lot was full and stuff. And like, oh yeah, this has to be the show. So we park and we go in.
We smoked weed right before. So we parked.
Oh yeah.
Smoked a bunch of weed.
And then we walked up the stairs and like went in, and like literally it was one of those like TV show record scratch moments where like everyone in the church, like the whole service stopped whatever they were doing, and everyone just looked at us entering the building.
And then we were just like,
It had to have been like 100 people just like, what? And we just like backed out very slowly. I'm like, oh, sorry, wrong church. Yeah, that was super weird.
And okay, so I actually misspoke. It wasn't technically a Christian rock show. It was like a music festival that was at a church, and not all the bands were Christian bands, but most of them were.
I think all of them had to say they were Christian pretty much to be on the show.
Oh, that's interesting because I remember there were two stages. One of them was doing like Christian hip hop, and one of them was doing like Christian rock, and like the rock stage was way bigger than the hip hop stage. And it was like in this like giant like church compound that was like huge. And I remember like I
think there was like 4 stages.
You might be right, because like I remember at one point you disappeared and I got lost, and I just wandered around this like Christian festival super stoned out of my mind. Like it was quite a time. And I remember watching the Christian hip hop for a while and just laughing because it was just so goofy.
Yeah.
I wish I remembered any of those lines.
No, it's good.
Yeah.
We should listen to some Carman. We should do a special episode about Carman.
We should. You're probably
Carman.
right.
Who's in the house? JC.
Yeah. So that was probably the most unexpected journey I went on, just because of the nature of the journey. Like, because we were so stoned and because it was so unexpected, like it really felt like a journey. And also like going anywhere in Alaska feels like a gigantic journey, because like you drive through so much nothing like to get somewhere. It's like you drive out of civilization into absolutely nothing, like literally nothing, like not even lights on the road. It's just like there's nothing. And then all of a sudden there's some civilization again if you went the right way. And so it just, everything feels like a quest, like an Oculus Quest 2.
Oh, interesting. I was going to say more like Quest Bar.
Oh, yeah, there you go. More like Quest Love, maybe.
True.
Maybe.
Do you think he eats a lot of Quest Bars, or is that like cannibalism to him?
He probably owns Quest Bar, right?
No, because then it'd be like spelled question mark.
Oh,
bar.
question mark bar.
Yeah. I should just start making those, and I'll be like, yeah, I'm Quest Bars. Like, no, that's copyrighted. I'm like, no, I spell it with the question mark.
I use the preferred nomenclature.
Yeah.
Questlove nomenclature. Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of Questlove, Pike 279, terrible segue.
The worst segue.
Skeleton Keys, released on March 2nd, 2020, 10 days after Unexpected Journeys. I had to look up if fucking 2020 was a leap year to figure this shit out.
Oh, nice.
And it was. It was the last leap year, so 2024. I guess we get them on the presidential election years.
Huh. Okay.
Think about it that way.
Think there's a reason for that?
No.
This is a melodic metal Pike.
Yeah, it is pretty typical Bucket alt metal.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little more melodic than the last one. There's also some cool funk parts here and there, though.
yeah.
And it's like kind of a lot of jamming, a lot of soloing over big parts. There's a couple like really long songs, like longer than 10-minute songs.
Yeah. I do like the riffing though. Like I think that this is my second favorite Pike of the week. Like I like the melodic riffing. It's nice and it's well produced, and the drum programming again above average.
Yeah, drum programming. Yeah. I hope he's like sticking with whatever he's doing with drum programming in the last several Pikes, because it's sounding good. It's sounding realer. And, it might just be it's the technology, because there are several years in between the last few Pikes. So,
also, there's one thing I want to note here. This Pike and the last Pike, like I'm looking at the album art pretty big here, and it is very clear that he or whoever created the art literally just like cut out the like 2 numbers after 2 and then pasted in two new numbers that are in a different font. And he did this on this one and the last one. And it's really noticeable when you're looking at it, like how I'm looking at it. Maybe not so much for you, but you can definitely tell that he didn't replace the 2, but just replaced the 2 numbers.
Graphic design, especially. You hate bad like font fontinuity rather.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, you hate bad fontinuity.
Mm-hmm. What's the font you hate the most?
The font that I hate the most. Oh gosh,
there's a lot. No. Okay, so 2 questions actually. There's a question and a follow-up question. Firstly, the question is, which font do you hate the most? And then second question, which font do you love to hate the most?
Oh, that's interesting. The font that I actually hate the most, there's a lot of like very modern ones, like the tall, thin, all uppercase, like the new one of the new Whole Foods fonts, Whole Foods marketing font. That's all like uppercase letters that look like they're hand drawn, but they're super thin.
Oh,
yeah,
I do know that one. The one that they use on all the like. I
think Ellen might use it on her show.
Yeah,
it's like a super shitty font
and it has this like indie rock aesthetic to it.
Is
it
kind
that one?
of.
And they use it on all like natural food shit.
Yeah,
it's like,
definitely
to make it look like
we're from the early. We hand draw all of our marketing material with this font. No, it's
that shit looks terrible.
I don't like most like hand-drawn looking fonts. They're mostly dog shit.
I think they're bad.
Also, I mean, basically every cursive font out there is dog shit. Why are we still making cursive fonts as a society?
Dude, I do not know. Like, why? Dude, some of them are so hard to read.
They're all hard to read, man.
I mean, they all are hard to read, but like some of them are like so crazy hard to read that I'm like, how? Why are you using this? I saw one the other day, actually. I was driving to this the over by the airport, and I saw a sign, and I could not read it, and it took me like a full minute to process what it said, but it actually said signature, but I like couldn't make out what it said. And
so the thing is, we shouldn't be teaching kids cursive. We should be teaching them typing at that age.
Yeah.
Like, because cursive, like, it doesn't matter if you can read it or not unless you're in a very specialized field, like unless you're going back to like original source documents, unless you're a fucking historian. And they should teach historians cursive, but that should be like an upper level thing. I don't know why I'm guessing we're still teaching it to a bunch of kids.
I was know. Taught it. I don't know what they teach in school these days.
Yeah, me neither. I hope they fucking change shit. Because, I mean, like, they were still teaching it like a decade ago when I was, or I guess like 13 years ago when I was 14 years ago, when I was working at like the YMCA. I guess I keep pushing the goalposts here.
Yeah.
So 15 years ago, 19 years ago.
69 years ago.
So nice. This I did like this album more than the last one, specifically because it didn't have a live track that distracted me from the album concept as a whole. Yes. And that's the thing too, is like putting a live track on an album is like, it's obvious it's kind of like a throwaway. It's like, it's definitely not in the same concept as the rest of this album.
That is
but
true. That is true. Yeah, I like this one more too, just because of like the riffing. I really like that riffing. The
we should note track 3, Maskatron, Roper Day of the Robot, to John Saxon, was written soon after John Saxon, the actor, died. Probably, I mean, he was a huge B-film actor. He's probably best known for his work, and where Buckethead probably knows him most from is he's Enter the Dragon.
Oh, right. Okay.
The Bruce Lee film. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's been in all
John
sorts
Saxon
of stuff. Holy crap.
Mm-hmm. He was in, I think, Kick Fighter, which was awesome.
Oh, yeah. That rules.
Yeah. And then the longest track on this album, Skeleton Keys, is like 13 minutes long. It's mostly like jamming to alt metal. It's all right. Not too terribly impressive or surprising, but it's very much Buckethead, which I think is pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It is pretty cool.
Yeah. Hey, Spencer, if you had a skeleton key that could open one thing, what would it be?
The girls' locker room, bro.
Can I get a little key, sticky?
Hey, Britt, you want to go on a journey with me?
Where are we going on a journey to?
The Bucket Boy.
Statements from the Bucket Boy.
Bucket Boy. Oh my God.
My God.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Wow. We're here.
We're here.
We're here looking at the lyrics for
We're here.
Hot Action
I'm
Comic.
queer. Get used to it.
Yeah. Yeah. Get used to it. Normalize it. Legalize it.
Yeah.
Something-
Ostracize it.
Yeah. Yes. There you go.
Caramelize it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. Cook it down. Reduce it. Do something like that. I don't know. This is the part of the show where we look at YouTube comments for the Pikes that we listen to, and, you know, some of them are funny. Some of them aren't. We're going to read...
sometimes we jerk off. Sometimes we don't.
Typically, we do that before and or after the show, but, you know, sometimes we do it on stream, so...
So I'm always masturbating. That's why you can't see my arm.
Yeah, same.
Every time you can't see my hands, I'm probably masturbating.
Bro, I wonder if we can stream this to Chatterbait.
That would piss off so many people. They'd be like, what? I'm horny. I can't jerk off to this. So we're like, we'll try.
Hey, but
Just try.
mean, like, we could at the very least, you know, have a little bit more freedom in what we can show on stream.
True. We could cater to people with a buckhold fetish.
All right. Speaking of which, let's get going. Justin Cooper writer says 1 year ago today, speaking about the last two songs on Division is the Devil's Playground. Last two on it really captured what the media and political figures have sounded like to me during COVID. It's instrumental music, by the way.
Cool.
I don't know what that means. Like, I feel like it could go either way. I don't know. Moving on. Francisco Javier San German says 1 year ago edited, I'm extremely worried about what could happen when reaching the 666th pike.
The end of the universe.
That's what we can hope for, right?
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, that would be a good way to go out, as opposed to how we're probably going to go out, which is like mass starvation and, you know, when we can't make food for ourselves anymore.
That'll be cool.
Yeah, it will be.
It's going to be cool when all the plants die.
There's a response here. Oh, okay, before we get to the response, though, do you think that we're going to get to a 666th pike?
No.
Do you think we'll get to a 420th pike?
Yes.
Same. There's a response to this one. Vincent Rosati says 1 year ago, scared of something that's not real, LOL.
What are you scared of that's not real, Spencer?
My first thought was dying alone, but then I realized that's very real and likely.
Yeah, dog, what?
But as far as like not real things go, okay, here's the thing. I am terrified of driving over bridges. Like, I hate it. It stresses me out. I get super anxious.
No, driving over bridges is real.
It is, but the thing that I'm stressed about is not real, because like anytime I'm driving over a bridge, I'm like, what if a car rams me from the side and then my car flips over the side of the bridge? That's what I'm terrified
That's
of.
sick. Okay, that's not real.
It's not real. It's not going to happen. But it, like, that's what it goes through my mind whenever I'm doing it. I'm always like white knuckling it. I'm like, oh, I'm so stressed out. It's so dumb.
You know what it is for me? Geppetto.
Geppetto's got the biggest dick.
No, he doesn't. That's why he has to make Pinocchio.
Yeah, he did.
He has to make Pinocchio to poke you know.
Oh, no. Raphael Gettin says 1 year ago, great bucked head.
Bucked head.
Bucked head.
I think it's pronounced Buck-Ed head.
Yeah. Yeah, bucked head. Dimebag Daryl says 2 years ago, long
He's still
live
alive.
thy bucket head.
He came back just to comment on YouTube videos.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you had the ability to resurrect one person from history, one historical figure, but the only way in which they could interact with the outside world is to comment on YouTube videos, who would you pick?
You know what? I think Napoleon would be an amazing poster. He would be in so much shit, just posting. You know.
Yeah.
I want Napoleon on Twitter more than anything.
Yeah. You think what kind of Twitter character you think he'd be? Like a Trump type character?
Kind of, yeah. He'd be a dickhead, but he'd be funny as fuck. Like, he'd be good at posting.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to see that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'd like to see John Wilkes Booth too. I bet he'd be like a conspiracy dork.
Yeah, probably.
Edgar Allan Poe would post some dark shit.
He'd get Edgar Allan Poe on the internet.
Dude, he'd be canceled.
People would be like, shut the fuck up, incel. Like,
yeah. Jeff Van de Griff says 2 years ago, I started the day well rested, in a good mood, confident, and ready for the day. I watched this video. Now I feel scared and withdrawn. I'm curled up in the corner, shaking and confused. Thanks, Bucket. I loved it. I will pass it on.
yeah.
This dude had like some kind of breakdown.
Sounds like someone made him squirt for the first time.
He squat across the room. Yeah.
He squirt. Yeah.
Yeah. Good times. Good times.
Cool. Thanks, Jeff. Thanks for squirting.
Yeah. We always thank for squirting. Fred G. Remy says 2 years ago, I wish Buckethead was POTUS because at 5 p.m. on CNN, he could come on and play instead of listening to that other guy talk about the virus.
Do you not want the news on CNN, Fred G. Remy? This was written 2 years ago, like when the virus was like important news to know.
Yes.
For everybody.
Yes. So the implication here is that what this guy wants is that instead of what we had, we then, like, instead of people like coming on the news and telling us about what's going on with COVID in early 2020, instead it's like Buckethead playing a guitar solo.
Yeah. And then just like a big hashtag scamdemic in the background.
Yeah.
So I actually saw a guy at the store the other day wearing a hashtag scamdemic shirt.
That's incredible.
I know.
Ooh, I saw a sticker on the ground. That's a rare thing in the first place. Like, it was a sticker that was put on the ground and it said planned-demic. Not plandemic, but planned-demic.
Interesting. So 2 D's, PLA, like Worf.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Just like Worf. Albert LaRocca says 2 years ago, after you, all bass players and guitar players, do got 2 updates.
I do got to updates.
It's true.
Actually.
After listening
That's
to
a good
Buckethead, I
point.
always got two updates.
Got 2 updates.
Yeah. Osman Kovacek says 1 year ago, look at his birth chart. If this guy didn't play, he would destroy himself. How special his energy is.
Tell us what you think about astrology, Spencer.
Astrology bad. I just don't. You know what? I'm past the point of criticizing it. I just don't engage with it. Like when people try to talk to me about astrology stuff, I just say I don't do astrology, and then just leave it at that. It's just it's simpler that way. Like, and then I don't have to argue with people, and people don't have to think I'm a dick, because my actual views on astrology would make me a dick.
Probably.
So, just not do it.
Fair.
Ryan Johnson, I have to assume that this is the director of
Last Jedi.
The Last Jedi, but spelled incorrectly. So 6 months ago, I was hit by a car and left for dead, strung out. Changed my life around, living proof there is a God. Amen. Ryan Johnson, lead guitar emoji-ist out.
That dude rocks.
I know. Can you imagine
dude
signing
rocks
all of
so
your
much.
YouTube comments? Lead guitar emoji-ist out.
I want to be in a band with Ryan Johnson, lead guitar emojiist.
Do you think that means he actually plays lead guitar, or he just like...
No, he can barely play rhythm.
Yeah, probably. I like that this comment was like not in response to anything. It was just like, what does this mean? Like, all right. I'm frequently asking what this means. Tim Colvin says 1 year ago, I still think the reason Chinese Democracy took forever to be released was that Axl's mind was continually scrambled and blown by his new guitarist's brilliance. Nothing will ever harness something as big as Buckethead's talent.
I mean, the album had already been like in production for like 3 or 4 years by the time Buckethead joined.
When did he join? He joined in 2001. Yeah, totally. It had been like almost 5 years at that point. Yeah.
No.
So, no.
Okay.
But also,
Yeah.
something did
And
harness Buckethead's talent for like 6 years. That was Guns N' Roses.
Yeah.
They paid him a lot
That's
for it.
true. Yeah.
So.
We love to see Buckethead get paid. Bucket paid.
Q4 says 1 year ago, Buckethead still has all the juice.
If Buckethead, like, you know, when the pandemic first started and people started taking runs on grocery stores, if he took a run on a grocery store, what kind of juice do you think he would stock up on?
Oh, that's a great question. I bet that he does like juice. He seems like a juice dude. I bet he likes a combination of juices. I don't think that he sticks to any one kind. I bet he goes for the white grape juice, and as far as like the shelf stable juices, and then for the refrigerated juices, I bet he goes for like a Simply Orange.
Simply Orange. I bet he likes some of the weird, more esoteric ones, like Simply Watermelon as well.
Oh yeah. He probably likes the.
But
Simply
he likes a
juices,
mango
but,
juice and stuff like that.
Yeah. Probably big mango.
You know, the canned mango nectars. I bet he drinks those.
Yeah, probably.
He looks like a nectar boy.
Oh yeah.
Big B. You know what I'm saying? Nectar boy.
Nectar Lounge.
This is a bee. This bee's like nectar. Yep.
Wyatt Sprague says 1 year ago, anyone else having their family ask, why do you listen to Buckethead so much? And I can only respond with, if you played guitar emoji, you wouldn't have asked. Buckethead is my life's soundtrack. Driving, working, relaxing, and all the other emotions. He's got jams for all occasions. Peace, Bucketeers!
First off, I like Bucketeers. Second off, did we hit a threshold here where they finally made a guitar emoji? Because we've had 2 comments with guitar emojis this
That is a
week,
great question.
and I don't think we've ever had one on the Bucket Void before. Ever. So, are you going to look up when they made the guitar emoji?
So guitar emoji was added to Emoji 1.0 in 2015.
Oh, so it's been around for, I mean, at least like the past 100 or so pikes.
Yeah, but it's just now that we seem to... Maybe, when did YouTube allow emojis?
Ooh, that's probably the more accurate question.
No.
Do they always allow emojis in comments?
I think they maybe added that in some... You know, this is inconclusive. I don't want to say anything that would be inaccurate. So I'm not sure. I don't think that they always did allow emojis, but I think that they did at some point between 2015 and now. I'm not sure. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like that's a really good question. You're asking the real questions. Maybe we'll find out. Report back. YouTube user Rick says 1 year ago, Marshall headphones, dark cold beer on hand, and this first blasting track. Guys, this is surreal. I don't think he knows what surreal is.
Nope.
Also, I didn't know Marshall made headphones.
They do. They're really cheap consumer headphones.
Yeah. Because then they license out the Marshall name to like a bunch of
Yeah.
bullshit. Like I know Walmart
Yeah,
sells like a Marshall like Bluetooth speaker that
Yeah,
looks like a guitar
they do.
amp, which that's a fun idea, but it's stupid.
I guess it's stupid. Yeah.
And wouldn't that be mono unless there's like two speakers in it? I don't understand.
I think there's 2 speakers in it.
Okay. Yeah, that probably makes sense. But guys, this is surreal.
Thanks, Rick.
Lastly, but certainly not least, Noise Hunter 1973 says 1 year ago, a sentiment we can all align with. I hope I have enough life to listen to all Buckethead recordings.
This one has 146 likes, which is a ton for Buckethead.
It was the
comment section.
top comment on the third Pike we listened to this week, Pike 279.
Lovely sentiment. Thanks, Noise Hunter.
Thank you.
Statements from the Bucket
Hey, we're to the part of the show where we recommend a thing.
We recommend a thing.
What do you got to recommend, Spencer Hodge?
Holy fucking shit. I know you know what I'm going to say, but it's Grind from 2003. My God, what a banger of a film and a soundtrack. I would say if you don't want to watch the film, just listen to the soundtrack. But
Yeah, don't watch the film. It
watch
sucks.
the film. It rules.
It's bad.
It rules. And
Terrible.
it is awesome.
Waste of time.
It is the best way to spend
Waste
your
of
time.
life.
And it rocks. So I recommend it wholeheartedly. So here, this is the thing. If you're young...
Can I get a little grind, movie?
That's the name of the episode. It's gotta be. It's so good. Okay, so here's the thing. If you're young and we're not like a teenager in the early 2000s, don't watch Grind. But also, like, why would you be listening to this if that was the case? But if you are, don't watch Grind. If you were a teenager in the early 2000s and you are now old, like us, watch Grind. It rocks. That's it rocks in the sense of like a nostalgic, like, hey, I remember when things were like this. That's funny, haha, like kind of thing, you know. So that I liked it. There's also some content warning here. There's a lot of sexual harassment,
A ton.
maybe
of it.
sexual assault.
A ton of. Especially one particular guy who's the most annoying motherfucker on
Dude, he
earth.
is unhinged.
Like talking about women's boobs to their face and be like, booby, suck, 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 suck. And they're like, fuck off, creep. And he doesn't get the hint that that's like fucked up.
He's like,
he keeps on doing it.
He's like, a little booby, milky.
Can I get a little nip, booby?
Yeah, no, but like the shit he says is like way creepier than that. It's actually like really distressing and bad and gross. And that part of the film is not great, but it's like also kind of fun to hate that guy. And like his character's also really poorly written. So like when his character goes through his arc, with the clowns and whatnot. You're just like, what?
Noah's Ark.
Why are there clowns? Why is Randy Quaid playing a clown? Spoiler alert: there's a Quaid clown in there.
Quaid clown.
Yeah,
Randy clown.
it's yeah. If you had to buy crypto from Randy Quaid or suck him off, which would you choose?
I mean, is it tied to Bitcoin or Ethereum?
It's Quaid coin.
Oh, I'd suck him off.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Love to see it. What do you got to recommend, Britt?
I got a film to recommend called Streets of Rage from 1993. It is an absolutely daffy...
Whoa, is that based on the game?
No, has nothing to do with the game.
What?
It is directed and co-written by Richard Elfman, brother of Danny Elfman.
Yes, he is.
And I think co-writer and star of Forbidden Planet?
Forbidden Zone.
Forbidden Zone, rather. Yeah. And then it's co-written and starring a actress / martial artist named Mimi Lesios, who is amazing and awful. Like, she really makes the film, and I've got a bunch of her films now. I can't wait to watch more.
Yeah.
I'd say watch anything with Mimi Lesios, but mostly just Streets of Rage from 93 is fucking daffy. I loved it.
That sounds awesome. I will have to check that out. I am a big fan of Elfman lore, so I always want to dive in.
I'm just always a huge fan of Woman Does Karate movies.
Yeah, those are nice.
Or, like, Woman Does Karate is great, but Kids Do Karate is also a banger of a genre. Like, Guy Does Karate is whatever. But, like, you know, when it's a woman, and especially when you, like, just, the woman, like, co-writes it, and so she makes every man, like, awful, you know?
Yeah.
It's amazing. Like, every man is just a serial sexual harasser, which I'm sure was actually her experience trying to get this film made. But it's a wild ride. Streets of Rage 93.
That rules. I love that. I went into a business the other day. Went into a bar and they were playing Oingo Boingo. And they were playing, it was a deep cut too. They were playing Just Another Day off of Dead Man's Party. It's the first song on Dead Man's Party. And the song's a banger. I love it. But like I was like, holy shit, this business is playing Oingo Boingo. That's awesome.
Yeah. Here's my joke based on that experience. Spencer walks into a bar. Here's Oingo Boingo playing. He asks the bartender, "Hey, is this Elfman?" And the guy's like, "No, Dio was in that band."
Dude, that would be the sickest bar. If I went to the bar and the bartender clapped back like that, I'd be like, "Holy shit, you know about Elf? Like, what the fuck? Dude, let's be friends."
Yeah. And be like, "Leave me alone, I'm at work."
Yeah. Cool. With that, I think it's time for my favorite part of the show.
Hit it.
Bucket joke. Bucket joke. Bucket joke. Bucket joke.
China this week made it illegal to sell or display American flags anywhere within the country, which officially makes them star-spangled banners.
Okay.
What's Amber Heard's least favorite position?
What?
The Johnny Depp position. The deposition. Okay. I wanted to go to school to be a kamikaze pilot, but I'm told it's a dying profession. I walked past a group of 4 guys the other day, and they started making fun of me. But it didn't bother me too much. I've got a pretty thick foreskin.
Wait, can you tell the joke again?
Works. No, I can't. I don't think it works. I didn't think that went all the way through.
I tried to follow you.
I went to Applebee's the other day. The sign outside said, "No shirt, no shoes, no service," which I thought was the rules to dine there, but it turns out it's just the description of the wait staff.
Wow.
Well, the European version of WikiFeed is wild. It's over 3 times as large and called Wikimeters.
Wow.
If a cannibal only ate a vegetarian diet, but made an exception to eat Trey Anastasio, would that make him a pescatarian?
Jesus Christ.
Because he only eats fish.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Well, then how would he be a cannibal?
Well, he only eats vegetarian unless he's eating Trey Anastasio.
Oh, okay.
And then he's only eating fish,
Yeah.
so he'd be a pescatarian.
But can he eat other members of fish?
Yeah.
And maybe
he
red
can.
snapper? He could also eat red snapper.
I guess that's a little bit of a stretch.
Is it?
Yeah. My boyfriend was mad at me for thinking I was important enough to hog all the frozen waffles. Called me egotistical. Oh, no, I read that wrong. Called me egotistical. Sorry.
Yeah.
I fucked that one up.
That's
one
okay.
up.
I still liked it.
I was at the store the other day and they gave me back my change in British currency. It was nonsense.
Right? It was pence.
Yep, Mike Pence. I don't understand Grateful Dead fans. Like, you tell them you're grateful Jerry Garcia is dead and they get real mad. Like, he said it himself. It's in the name. Chill out, dude.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's all I got for my jokes this week. But guess what? Guess what we're doing?
Oh, yeah.
We're doing some
this
more
shit
bad
rules.
jokes.
I'm so into it.
I went through Reddit jokes and sorted by controversial and took 0 upvote jokes here. We're going to read some of them. There's actually one joke in here I think is great. And I'm pissed it didn't have any upvotes because it's actually great.
I'm really excited to hear it.
All right, let's start here. The easiest thing about my marriage is my wife. She'll fuck anyone.
Okay.
Sometimes even a blind squirrel orgasms.
What? What? That's the whole joke.
Yeah, sometimes even a blind squirrel orgasms.
What is the username of the person that posted this?
I don't remember.
Damn.
Is a cannibal also a rapist if he eats a whole woman because he is eating her out?
Oh, no.
Elon Musk is more like a phony Stark than he is like a Tony Stark.
That's a great one-liner. Zing. Got him.
I'm pink, therefore I'm spam.
Maybe you should get that looked at, I guess.
Yeah. A criminal can never swim because he's Sin King. He's the king of sinning.
Oh my god.
So he's Sin King.
Thinking, so he can't swim.
Sin King. That wording is so clumsy and bad. That's a joke that like a 3-year-old would come up with it.
That's great.
If we ruin Earth, our last hope will be your mom.
That's actually a good joke.
No, it's
I
not.
like that one.
All right, here's actually what I thought was the good joke in this file. Kurt Cobain received mind-blowing head on April 5th, 1994.
Oh god, that's really good. I like that a lot.
He received mind-blowing head.
You know, the part that it got 0 upvotes, meaning like one person took the energy to downvote it, I think is like makes it extra funny to me.
Or like several people did, because it's weighted, so like 20 people could have upvoted it, 20 people could have downvoted it, you know?
It's true. No, that's a great joke.
All right, here's a couple more. Now I know why people from the Netherlands are tall.
Okay. Are you gonna tell us why?
Yeah, that's it. That's all I got. That's
Netherlands. Is there some kind of a pun
actually we got
there?
two more here.
I don't
Women rub their eyes in the morning because they don't have balls to scratch.
Their eyes?
Yeah.
I don't really scratch
Women rub their
my
eyes
balls
in the morning
though.
because they don't have balls to scratch. You don't scratch your balls in the morning? What are you, a woman?
I guess so.
Do you rub your eyes there?
Yeah,
woman?
that's what women do because they don't have balls
gotcha.
to scratch.
Hey! All right, and we're going to close out on this one, which remains my favorite bad joke until someone takes the crown. Two women walked into a library. They cleaned it so well.
Bucket joke.
Oh my God! The end of
Oh
the
my God.
show.
Yeah, hey Spencer, where can we find you on the internet?
Spencer.zone. What about you, Britt?
You can find me. Just go to a Bucketcast, or you know what? Go to our Patreon. Reach out there. It's patreon.com/dumbidiotbs. That's patreon.com/dumbidiotbs.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, go there. Subscribe for as little as $2 a month. You get all of our back catalog of special episodes and shit. Some wild turkey there, man.
Hell yeah.
Wild Turkey 101.
Turkey 101 and 102 all the way up
Yeah.
169.
Cool. Well, you've been Spencer.
And you've been Britain.
We've been
Listening to a Bucketcast.
getting head of Bucketcast.
Stay
greasy.
bucket heads. Namaste.
Namaste.
Due to your Zoogle flacency, I'm going to have to nibble the friggin' spaggendackle back into the hell you're fucking Whoops.
You know what that means, right?
Yeah, I do.
I don't have.
It's time. Oh, cool. Well, we'll just insert the song. It's time for epic Ralph battles in history.
You can't try to get laid or watch me ball. You gotta go out and get that job. What a waste of pleasure. What a waste of pleasure. What a waste of pleasure.
Yeah, hell yeah. I'm super stoked. So let's do it. I'm gonna send you mine. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I got two. So I got one from last week and
Oh,
one
I
from this
fucking
week.
forgot to write another one. I'm so.
Oh,
dumb.
okay. Whatever. We've got 3 to do.
Cool.
Write 2 for next week.
Yeah, we'll do 2 next week. How's that?
Sure.
Oh yeah, I'm really excited for whatever that is. I just saw the name Chris Elliott.
You did not see the name Chris Elliott.
Did not?
You definitely didn't see the name Chris Elliott.
Thought I did. What did I see?
No. You saw Jesus Christ Elliott.
Oh, I thought Chris Elliott. I thought we were talking about Chris Elliott. I was excited. Oh well.
No.
Okay. All right. Mine. I don't even remember what mine is about. Hold on. Oh yeah. It's about J.K. Rowling. What's yours about?
Oh, you pasted it at the very end? Okay, so I've got 2 of them. One is about Elliot Page and Jordan B. Peterson. And the other is about Alex Jones and Joe Rogan.
Okay. All right. What do you want to do first?
Let's do one of mine, then do yours, and then the
Perfect.
other one mine. So you choose which one.
I don't want to choose. You choose.
Let's start with Alex Jones and Joe Rogan. I think I'm gonna be Alex Jones here.
Okay.
Just gotta test my voice here.
Okay. That's
Oh
pretty good
goddamn!
at Alex Jones actually.
Frog's gay.
Yeah,
Oh,
wow.
Oh well.
Say
I,
chemtrails.
oh, The New World Order is putting chemtrails up your asshole and making you want to suck some cock. I've been wanting to suck cock all week.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I like that.
Yeah.
And what does Joe Rogan sound like? He's like,
Kind of disaffected. Yeah, there you go.
That sounds pretty cool, man.
Oh, that's crazy, man. Yeah.
crazy.
You got to get like really close to the mic to
that's-
sound like Joe
crazy.
Rogan, because he's always like, yeah, hey man, I'm like right up
here,
against
yeah.
my mic. I'm fucking almost deep throating it because I
fucking,
I just think
I'm fucking,
about
like-
girl cock all
I'm
day.
fucking like interested
Girl cock
in
all
that,
day,
you
man.
know.
Yeah.
I've been
Oh,
doing this.
That's crazy, man.
I've been taking this kelp protein. Have you heard of this? Kelp protein.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I've been doing it for my my virality.
Yeah, believe
you
it or
know,
not,
I've heard it.
I feel more manly than I ever have in my life.
I have so much more.
I have
cum,
so much more
man.
hair
Like it's crazy.
on my
have you seen
nipples.
how much cum I have? It's crazy, man.
My hair around my nipples is growing out to protect
Okay.
my nipples.
Beautiful. Okay. So you're gonna start this one, and preface for this. This is a conversation that took place live. I mean, this is based on a conversation, an argument that Joe Rogan and Alex Jones had live on air on 9/11,
oh, wow.
the day it happened, on Alex Jones' show. This is back when Joe Rogan was the host of Fear Factor.
Yeah.
So he was kind of a big media guy at that point, but in a totally different way.
Yeah.
And Joe Rogan actually like calls out Alex Jones, and it's wild.
Wait, was he on Alex Jones' show? Or
Correct.
Oh, my God. Okay.
Yeah, he called into Alex Jones' show to like argue with him. It was nuts. Okay.
Jesus Christ, Alex Jones. 9/11 like just happened. Aren't you supposed to maybe be more respectful today?
Nah, Joe Rogan. You know, you're an old friend of mine, but I'm gonna go off on the New World Order at 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific.
You can't make up no conspiracies. You got to do that research.
You know, Joe, viewership is up 3 times the regular, and I'm gonna try to get paid tonight.
Alex, I'm getting tired of it. I respect what you do, man, but you got to realize what's happening today. TODAY.
You know, this is muffed up, Joe. It was obviously the Europeans because they're rolling out their new euro and they're trying to destabilize the currency, and it's also the media covering them up.
Dude, I'm in the media. I'm the host of Fear Factor. It wasn't the media. The media just wants money. They don't want to blow up buildings.
You know, Joe, you couldn't factor any amount of fear.
If we were on Fear Factor, I'd make you eat my balls, Alex.
But we're not on Fear Factor. We're living under the New World Order.
I can't believe you're even What? I can't believe I'm even calling in on 9/11 to discuss this.
We're having a
What a
discussion.
waste of airtime.
My name is Alex.
You gotta stop with these crazy conspiracies, man. I, respect you, but if you keep doing this, you see this nation, you're gonna cause some derision, man.
Ribbit.
Whatever. I'll platform you anyway. Wow.
That was a gay frog.
I caught that. That was nice. That was a nice touch. I like that very much.
Ad-libbed
I-
that
I-
one. Frog-libbed that.
I don't remember writing this about J.K. Rowling. I don't know why I chose J.K. Rowling, but I guess
That's
that's
the
what
very
we're doing.
end here. Okay, so who is talking to J.K. Rowling here?
This is oh wait, hold on a second.
It says R. Oh, you have D and R. Oh, okay, that's for Dad and Ralph.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the publishing company. The
Okay.
publishers of her Harry Potter series.
Okay. Is that who leads here? Yeah. okay, that's who
Criticizing
leads.
you about.
Would you rather be J.K. Rowling or the publisher?
I will be J.K. Rowling.
Okay.
You got to Harry Potter. Yeah.
Sure, why not? I have no
Me
idea. what she
either.
sounds
I'm
like. I don't care
assuming
what
she sounds terrible. So
Yeah, she probably sounds like a
Yeah,
bitch. I know
for
that
sure.
much.
yeah. So you are an exasperated, a
British
literary book
publisher?
agent.
But, Jesus Christ, J.K. Rowling, aren't you supposed to be the beloved fantasy author and not a
Little less mouthy,
a little...
Okay.
just exasperated.
Okay.
The I'm going back to Dickensian Newsboy. Why do I always do that when I do a British accent?
You don't have to be British. You can also be American.
Oh yeah, that's true. It was probably Simon and Schuster. I think.
yeah.
I don't know.
All right.
Okay.
You're leading.
Jesus Christ, J.K. Rowling. Aren't you supposed to be a beloved fantasy author and not a malignant bigot on Twitter?
I got to ruin some Harry Potter lore at 4.
You can't ruin more Potter lore. You gotta get your head out of your ass.
No, I'm going to try to expose the trans agenda tonight.
J-fucking-K, I'm getting tired of it. You're gonna apologize and knock this turf shit off today. T-O-D-A-Y.
This is muffed up. I'm never taking the day off from speaking the hate that is in my heart.
Back in the day, we would have distanced ourselves from bigots like you. I'd like your stuff to make less money so we could just ignore you, stupid.
You couldn't ignoramus the side of a barn.
If we were in person, I'd give you a stern talking to.
Well, this isn't in person. My weird, bigoted followers will defend everything I post.
I can't believe Twitter hasn't deleted you for hate speech yet.
Twitter censors people.
What a waste of classic fantasy literature.
My name is J.K. Rowling.
God damn it, your shitty beliefs make a good target. By the end of the day, more white liberals will have their Harry Potter tattoos removed. You see this 9 3/4? It's gonna be a 9. Stop posting.
Pretty good. That was fun. Okay. Now. Yes.
Jordan B. Peter. I'm gonna be Jordan Peterson. You're gonna be Elliot Page, and Elliot Page is very involved in this conversation, as you can see.
I see that.
Okay.
All right. Let's go.
All right. Just a second. Let me warm up on my Jordan B.
I've never actually heard that dude speak, so I don't know.
Jesus Christ, Elliot, or might I say, yeah, okay. He's a little Kermit the Froggy, but he also over-enunciates everything he says to try to sound very academic.
Oh yeah, no, I take that back. Sorry, I have heard the thing where he's like, woke liberals.
Woke liberals. We'll see who cancels who. Like, yeah. Yeah. All right. Ready? Here we go. Jesus Christ, Elliot, or might I say, Ellen Page, aren't you supposed to stop waging war against culture and language today? You can't have no new name reflecting who you think you are. You gotta be that gender. You know, I'm tired of it. You're going to acknowledge that you were a female today. T-O-D-A-Y. Back at my university, I'd call you whatever I want. I would humiliate you, stupid. You know, if we were on stage, I'd debate you, and I would win with my intellectual superiority. I can't believe Twitter is even suspending me for standing up for the truth, for language. What a waste of a female actress.
My name is Elliot.
You see this? This is what I'm saying. She's making language and culture a target. She's getting me canceled with her different name. This is her fault. You see this, society? This is gonna hurt. Up yours, woke moralists. We'll see who cancels who.
Wait, is that actually what's going on? I don't know anything about that dude. I like anytime I see posts about him, I just kind of ignore him.
So yeah, exactly. So basically, the whole thing that's happening is like Elliot Page didn't say anything. They're just a trans dude acting, being successful, being cool, being quiet, and Jordan Peterson just went off on a tirade on Twitter and had a meltdown about how their Ellen page. And everyone's like, what? And then Twitter like suspended him. And so he made that big video about how he got suspended for like standing up for culture, because apparently dead naming a dude and calling them a woman is like standing up for culture to him.
Weird.
It's super fucked up.
Super fucked up.
He's a fucked up, pathetic little man.
Like,
Pathetic little man.
that's so weird. What a weirdo.
It's
like,
so weird.
That's why, like, when I see posts about that dude, I just ignore him because, like, I don't know a ton about him. I just know that he has like really bad takes and it's super cringe.
Yeah, he has bad takes. And more than anything, though, he has an outsized influence on culture that really fucking sucks.
Well, I feel like by like reposting like memes about him and shit, like you're contributing to that. That's why I ignore him completely. I do the same thing with like Ben Shapiro and like all those fucking guys. Like anytime I see them, people making fun of them, like I don't share those memes because it's like I don't even want to engage at all. Like I don't want to help make those people more notable by like pushing them further into the culture, you know?
Yeah, cultural criticism is very important, though, because by ignoring like groups, you're really letting them do whatever the fuck they want to do. Like cultural criticism is absolutely important. Like you can't just let things run free. Like
Sure.
you need to know who your enemies are and what they're doing to the culture so you can debate that and have actual conversations and try to turn the tide for some people who are just susceptible to stuff. Because so here's the deal. I've had actually 2 followers to my meme account, like because I posted about Jordan Peterson before, come and like ask me about Jordan Peterson. One of them was obstinate and like very sure that Jordan Peterson was right, and like I disengaged with them because they were just being a dickhead. One of them though was just generally not knowledgeable about things, and they thought Jordan Peterson was good, and they watched some of his YouTube videos, and I like gave them a breakdown of like, this is why this is bad, and they just didn't have access to that information because YouTube's algorithm doesn't want them to have that information, and YouTube's algorithm pushes people towards the right, and so you know I helped to educate this person on what they were doing wrong, and I think it's important to have that information if you are politically active and people like actually look to you for politics, and people do kind of, you know, look to me for political shit, which is cool. And that's a role I want to play. Yeah. I
mean, like it is important to criticize things that are stupid and explain why they are stupid. I would agree with that. I'm not in the political space though. I don't have any interest in being at all political on the internet. That just seems bad.
It's cool. I think it's cool.
That's cool. You know, yeah, more power to you. You love to see it. Anyways.
Yep. Gotta use your voice to do something.
Sure.
Something productive, you know. And I think you know, changing people's minds and making them more empathetic, believing in humanity a little bit more, believing in hierarchies a little bit less. Yeah, that's important shit. You know, it's doing good work. That's praxis. And I like praxis because I read theory. Even in the Buckethead context.
Oh, okay.
Like
In the Buckethead context.
He made 5 albums with it. So praxis is it is the action put behind theory. So it's being political because you can just like, you know, post online and whatever and like have certain ideals and whatever, but until you're like out there in the streets, or until you're like organizing people or working with people to get things done, like you're not really doing anything material. And that's what praxis is. It's like the material actions behind your beliefs. And praxis is sick as fuck. Okay. Like leftist praxis is the coolest thing you can possibly do as a human being. And if you do praxis, you deserve to get your dick sucked.
Nice. Hell yeah. Love to see it.
Hell yeah. If you know someone who's good at praxis, suck their dick. Everyone should know that.
You heard it here first, perhaps.
No. This has been a leftist thought for a long time.
Hell yeah.
And you know, if you know someone in the band Praxis, even though there's like only 3 guys,
definitely
now, suck their dick.
They deserve it.
You know, Bill Laswell could use a good blowjob right now.
He certainly could.
Brain always could use one. Buckethead,
brain for so. Brain.
Hell, brain for that's. Yeah, let's start a fucking GoFundMe
start a hashtag
campaign.
Brain for brain. Yeah, to GoFundMe. We'll try to get some, hire some sex workers for praying.
It's like I'm married.
Like, I don't want that.
Too
Like,
bad. We're gonna have 4 hookers suck your dick, dog. It's like,
we know you've always wanted it, bro.
here's an extra fizzy Diet Coke. Now get your dick sucked, homie.
Hell yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, with that,
Peace out.
bye.
Bye.